Live again. Wait for some of y'all to get up in here. Wait for a few of y'all to get up in here, man. And then we go ahead, we'll start rocking and rolling. Oh, man. Hopefully these notifications start going. I see one person up in here so far. I see one person. Top of the morning to whoever's in here. What's up, Brown Sugar? I see you, baby. Make sure y'all hit that like button. And share this video too. Share it, share it, share it, share it. I'll roll these windows up. Oh man. Well, a couple more minutes, man, then I'll go ahead and I get it. Hold on. How y'all morning going? How your morning going, Brown Sugar? I thought everybody been asleep right now. Of course, Queen, of course. Always. Every day above the surface is a blessing, man. Well, we don't know. It don't matter. Whoever gonna show up, they'll show up. But I want to talk about James Harden for just a few minutes. Okay, now I want to give a shout out to all my Clippers fans out there. All my Clippers fans. I'm not a Clippers fan, but I definitely don't be hating on the Clippers. James Harden. It's interesting to know that James Harden has not missed a game this season. He hadn't missed a game. And he's been hooping. That's crazy because Kawhi Leonard has missed a couple of games, and I think a few others on the Clippers squad, they have missed some games. But I want to see how James Harden is going to play in this year's playoffs, because there are a lot of expectations for the Los Angeles Clippers. Okay, and as some of the Lakers fans call them, the strippers. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see how they're going to respond to everything, because there's always been the curse, and there's been a curse on each one of those individual players, okay? Whether it's on my favorite player, which is Russell Westbrook, okay? It always seems to be some sort of curse on him. A couple of other people love Russell Westbrook on here throughout the LDBC too, you know what I'm saying? but a lot of people absolutely hate on Russell Westbrook for no apparent reason. Okay, I don't know why they hate on they. At one point, they were hating on Russell Westbrook more than they hated on LeBron James. But that's neither here nor there. I think James Harden will show up as long as the other guys show up too. But if the other guys don't show up, I know you love Westbrook, baby. I mean, I love him too, and I love the fact that I love the fact that he made a sacrifice that he did. It was a little tough for me to see him coming off the bench and him making that sacrifice that he did, but he did it for the betterment. Of course, he's not gonna get the credit. Everybody's going to say, oh, yeah, well, it's been Kawhi, which Kawhi has been balling. It's been Paul George. Paul George talking about he going to play bully ball this year, which Paul George has been hooping. I got to give it to him. He has been hooping. But it has always been the curse. It hasn't been the regular season, okay? Let's make that clear. The Clippers' problem is never the regular season. It's always been the playoffs, okay? It's always been the playoffs. Whether it's somebody getting hurt or, they have a lead and then they can't sustain that lead or the 3-1 lead like they had, or they just can't capitalize. It is a lot of traffic, man. I'm not dealing with this. And I would like to see. I want to see. I guess I'm being like. I guess I'm kind of being biased a little bit because I do want to see Russell Westbrook get a chip, but at the same token, I'm kind of all over the place because I still want my Sixers to win. But James Harden though is the elephant in the room that everybody needs to be talking about because he joined the squad, okay, and he has a reputation for not showing up in the playoffs. He just has that reputation. He has a reputation for making all types of excuses, and he has a reputation for just playing poorly. When the chips are on the line, and I want to see how he's going to respond. I want to see what type of distractions are going to take a hold of his mind because with James Harden, it tends to be all mental. Okay, it's nothing physical. I mean, some of it does have to do with physical, but it's all mental. And what I mean by that is he could be a very weak-minded person, especially when it matters most. We've seen it time and time again. We've seen it time and time again. Uh, Kawhi, I know people are gonna say that what they say about Kawhi and everything, but I can't really put Kawhi in that category for the simple fact that Kawhi actually shows up when he's healthy. Now there's been some times when Kawhi he struggled here and there, but Kawhi is for the most part he's healthy. He's played the most uh, games. Well, I think the second most games so far on that squad. I think he might have got hurt or something like that, right? Just before the All-Star game or whatnot. But other than that, he's been on a tear and he's an MVP candidate. Um, Another thing is I want to see. It's interesting. Everybody keeps calling Ty Lue the best coach in the league. Shout out to Ticket TV. All right, now Ticket TV brought up a good point about Ty Lue. Ty Lue, Ty Lue learned what he learned from Doc. Okay, I mean, let's just let's call it what it is. Okay, and while we keep on consistently getting on Doc and everything like that, we also have to put Ty Lue's feet to the fire too as well, because he hasn't been a saint either, and he struggled as well. Don't like him as a coach, just like I think Doc should retire. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, baby. Hey, look, this is my thing, right? I don't think he. Okay, I think he should retire from coaching, but not necessarily from the league. If anything, he could be like an advisor or something like that. You know, that's just what you like. How you were saying you don't agree with Jimmy Johnson being with the Cowboys. I agree with Jimmy Johnson being with the Cowboys, not necessarily as a coach, but just being an advisor. And I think that that's what Doc can do. What's up with it, Alex? I see you in the building. I'm sorry, man. Sorry, we're not talking about your Golden State Warriors. I'm sorry that I'm sorry that LeBron is going to be out against your Warriors. you know, I'm sorry that there have been reports that multiple sources have been after Clay. Let me stop. Let me stop. Nah, but um, yeah, I think that Doc he should be in the front office. Because he was doing that. A lot of people don't know this. When Doc when Doc was in L.A., he was doing two hats. He was doing something that Greg Popovich was doing, which is he was not only doing some stuff in the front office, but he was also coaching too as well. He had a lot of responsibility. What's up with it, Ted? I see you in the building, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man, and make sure y'all share this video too. Okay, I want it to get out. I wanted to hit the algorithm, please. um, yeah, if you just came in, we're talking about James Harden, and we're talking about if he's actually going to show up this year. I know a lot of y'all how y'all feel about James Harden, but listen, James Harden has not missed a game, y'all, and James Harden has been hooping this year. James Harden has been, I mean, absolutely balling this year, but they listen. That's always happens. Okay, he did that when he was with the Nets. They were calling him like the best point guard and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then what ended up happening? And Brooklyn ended up taking that L overnight. And that, of course, that wasn't no fault to KD because he was playing shorthanded. And then of course Harden was hurt too. But man, Mike, I hadn't seen you in a grip, bruh. What's up with it, man? Mike done pulled up, man. Yeah, salute to you, Mike. Yeah, you said this is Harden's best team. Time is running out. Yeah, it's his best chance. This is his best chance. Kawhi is playing at it once again because this isn't the first time that Kawhi has played at an MVP level. You know, this is not the first time. He actually played at an MVP level when he was low managing, but of course, people had a problem with that. And being that they have the 60, they got the 65 game rule. I think it's putting a lot of players' feet to the fire. This is Harden's best chance. Just like I'm trying to think of some other people where the time is running out. Hell, and my favorite player, Russell Westbrook, it might be it might be Russell Westbrook's last chance, y'all. I mean, let me know. Do y'all agree with that? I only see one like. Come on, hit that like, y'all. Do y'all think that? Do y'all think that this is Russell Westbrook's last chance? Hell, I mean, if Paul George don't stop getting hurt, because I think he got hurt too a little bit, not too much. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that crazy injury he suffered with the Olympics. My God, man, man, oh man, I hate thinking about that injury. I didn't know you changed your name. I found you again because of ticket. Yeah, man, I changed the name, man. It's straight now, straight to the point. Just like my sister, Brown Sugar, say straight like that, straight to the point. Yeah, we changed the name. You know what I'm saying? Same thing, man. Just change the name. That's all. But we still rocking and rolling. Changed a few things around here that we doing around here, man. I kind of had to clean some things up, Mike. You feel me? YouTube ain't the same, man. YouTube ain't, it ain't the same. I can't get, I feel like I gotta be, robotic out in this bitch. See, I already done messed up again, y'all. But y'all still my people. Y'all still rocking with me, man. But anyways, man, James Harden, though, I think if he can have those two guys playing good, because see, the thing with James Harden, like I said, it doesn't have to do with like his skill per se. Now, he could have played a little better for us from a shooting standpoint when he was with the Sixers. Okay, now distributing wise and playmaking wise, he actually did a solid job. Might be KD and Steph last year. I don't know about Steph, man. I don't know about Steph. I can't go there with Steph, man. Now KD, yeah, but Steph, nah. And Ticket disagrees with me, but I think that Steph Curry should be in the conversation. I didn't say like he was top 5 or none of that like that, but he should be in the conversation for MVP. Because if you go look at the stat, it's just been really him and Jonathan Kuminga that's really been hooping. Well, Clay off the bench that one game, he did a solid job. But Steph, but maybe KD though. But hey, KD and Book, they've been hooping. But I don't know about Phoenix. It's all about health with Phoenix too, and that's between the three of them. Because Book is he'll get hurt here and there. Of course, Bradley Beal. And shoot, we need to be talking about Bradley Beal. Everybody wants to bring up. See, this is the thing. Everybody wants to bring up Tatum, and will Tatum do it? And is it his last chance? And all this other stuff. But as I told you yesterday, y'all, Tatum is only 25 years old. All these other guys, man, they close to, if not 30, and or in their mid 30s when we talk about Steph. But the only reason why I don't I don't include Steph into it being his last chance is because he's still hooping and he has a game that can actually last for several years, provided that he doesn't get hurt. Now, the only thing I give you on that one, Ted, is that he got hurt at the beginning of his career, especially when we talk about the lower extremities and the ankles and stuff. Embiid last chance. Well, and you know what? Now that you're bringing up him, and I'm going to drop a couple of videos in regards to both Maxey and Embiid, but they're talking about Embiid will be back, might be back before the playoffs and everything, which I think is a horrible, horrible, horrible idea. When we consider him and that meniscus tear, he needs to sit down. He already had a meniscus tear one time before. With dude hooping, I forgot his name. He took Clay's job. You're talking about Kuminga, Jonathan Kuminga. Nah, don't forget that name. I want you to remember that name, Jonathan Kuminga. He's shooting 53% from the field. Now his 3-point, he's only at 31%. He's only at 31%. He's not that great of a 3-point shooter. He's more of a slasher, but he's a playmaker. He's a solid rebounder. He does good. Okay on defense. You know what I'm saying? On the floor, Jonathan Kuminga can ball, and I've said this. After the Steph and Clay and Draymond Green era is done, they need to build around Jonathan Kuminga. Yeah, exactly, Brown Sugar. Hey, look, it is real stupid because what's his name? Joel Embiid is hard-headed. A hard head make a soft ass, and see, he wants to get out there. He played with a broken hand. Okay, he played with a messed up eye socket. You know what I'm saying? Like, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Earl Spence. You know, you gotta love him, and everybody thinks that I'm hard on Joel Embiid, which I am. Yeah, he got a real IQ. Now, I mean, he could get better. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, he'll get better. But right now, it's still Steph's team, and I don't care what anybody says. You know, their record is not gonna reflect it. He's still playing at an MVP level, and just before the playoffs, they had won I think they won 5 or 6 straight or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Embiid definitely. That's big facts right there, Brown Sugar. He need to sit his ass down for real. You said Embiid reminds me of Nate Diaz fighting with two swollen shut eyes and one. Yeah. or what's his name? What's that dude name that fought Earl Spence, man? Hey, what's that dude name? The Cuban guy, man. Oh man, I can't get the tip. He's on the tip of my tongue. He beat what's his name? He beat Pacquiao. I forgot that dude's name already, but he's a Cuban cat. Man, he be fighting even with his eye swollen. What's his name? Swelled his eye up so bad, swelled it up bad, they had to end up stopping the fight. Yeah, man. I mean, he got the rest, but see, we're in a good position right now because I don't know if y'all realize, Buddy Hield has been hooping for us. He's averaging 24 points per game. With the last, I think over the last 6 or 7 games or something like that since the trade, and he's shooting 40 something percent. And he's always been but I was like, I don't know about this. You know what I'm saying? Because Buddy Hield, we needed a two-way player, but if we're speeding up our offense, what y'all don't realize is that Joel Embiid, he slows, but he slows us down. If you look at Jokic, that's why I always bring up the comparison. Jokic, even though he's a slow player and he plays slow, he doesn't play slow within the offense. They're still able to flow. Man, if you see how Denver runs, okay, like Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon and MPJ, how they fly up the court, and when they had Bruce Brown, when they won that championship, Jokic, even though he's slow, he still be running with him. Joel Embiid is always the last one pity-patting up the floor. And people don't like when I say that. Oh, but look at his footwork. Oh, man, he's such an offensive player. He put up 70 points and all this other stuff. So what? Can you get us out of the fucking second round? Like, let me know. Can you get to an ECF? Can you get to an Eastern Conference Final? Okay? And listen, I was having a shout out to my boy Ron, man. I was having a conversation with him. And at first he didn't trust Maxey because he was like, because I've seen Maxey play in person. Okay, I want to make that very clear. I've seen him in person. Okay, Maxey is around my height. Okay, he's around my height. He's 6'2". They got him listed at 6'3". He may be he probably got like a quarter of an inch on me. It made him put Maxey in a whole nother perspective because he was like, he said he didn't realize Maxey was only doing that at 6'2". And Maxey is athletic. Maxey is first play. I know he only had 3 points in the All-Star game, but Maxey is somebody that you could build around. Look at Steph Curry. They built around him. Steph Curry's not that fast, but he could shoot the living life out of that ball. Well, I'm not gonna say, okay, Ted, he looks out of shape like when he's hurt. Like when he played against the Warriors and Jonathan Kuminga had fell on his leg, and I want to make this clear too. Jonathan Kuminga did not mean to do that to Joel Embiid. I know everybody thinks that Jonathan Kuminga, but that's his African brother, man. He wouldn't do that shit, man. Jonathan Kuminga is a humble guy, man. He wouldn't do that. Now I don't know him personally or anything like that, but he was actually checking to see if Embiid was all right. Everybody was concerned about him. But going into that game, like for example, getting back to Embiid looking like he's out of shape and stuff, whenever he's hurt or something like that, like you could clearly tell that he's fighting through injuries. But when he's healthy and stuff like that, Joel Embiid actually, man, I see him jumping up, playing defense. Like at the beginning of his career when he came out of Kansas, one of the things that was slept on about Embiid is that he was a gifted shot blocker, but he doesn't utilize it that much. But naturally, that's why a lot of people, they pose the question about his footwork and other things. But the other thing was his shot blocking ability that was very slept on. But he gets lazy at times. And the reason why he gets lazy is because he's always fighting with injuries. I mean, my God, listen, he came into the NBA with injuries. Oh, that's good, man. Have a good time. Have a good time. The Bucks, man, what's y'all feeling on the Bucks? You say he improved? Yeah. He never really been I mean, he could, for a big man, he will find you. Because I remember he's been able to throw a pretty good entry passes. He's been able. I know one thing that's slept about him too is he's pretty good at passing out of the post. Nah, not at all. Not at all. Not at all, man. And not with the mentality that hey, Ted, I can't give you that one, man. I don't see them going to an Eastern Conference Final. Not at all. Hey, New York, and if we're talking like that, New York will make it. If Julius Randle is healthy, New York will make it before the Bucks do. I do not, and you can't trust Dame. I'm off of Doc Rivers right now, okay? But this is the thing that concerns me, is how Giannis came out and said that. Y'all know I love Giannis, man. I love Giannis's game. Okay, but I gotta give Giannis the smoke for two things. One, he said he doesn't watch the opposing team's film. He doesn't look at film on his opposition. Okay, you got to look at film on your opposition, and you have to study your opponents. Okay, and he said that makes it more of a challenge. But you gotta look at that. You know what I'm saying? In order to know guys' tendencies and stuff like that. Kobe was one of the best masters at looking at the film, at film review. Okay, that's why he was so good defensively, because he knew how to get guys off balance and beat them to their spots and stuff like that. Yeah, and that leads me to my next point, Ted. Okay, you said Giannis is too nice. Why in the fuck would you say that is Dame's team? Nigga, that's your goddamn team. That's your team. That's not, that ain't nobody's team. That ain't Chris Middleton's team. That ain't Bobby Portis's team. Sure as hell ain't Brooke Lopez's team. That's your team. You've been there. You're the franchise player. You signed that contract, that max. That's your squad. You were the MVP of the finals. That's your team. What's up, Steven? I see you in the building. We got to see, man. We'll have to see. But I'm going to let you know something, though, Stephen Green. Hey, make sure y'all go sub to Stephen Green, man. Stephen Green, man, have you uploaded lately? Make sure y'all go sub up to Stephen Green, trying to get him up to 1K. Stephen, newsflash, okay? I agree with what you're saying, man. He did us wrong. I'm still mad at him. I ain't let that go. But James Harden hasn't missed a game. Let's keep it 100. So, and I understand what you're saying. I got to see him in the playoffs. I wonder this second, because the real season is about to start tonight. I want y'all to know that this is the real season. All that stuff. That's what I'm saying about the Bucks. Everybody talking about Ted. You talking about the Bucks are gonna make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, man? Shit, they better start proving it right now, because now teams will really start playing now. What playoff P, way off P. I hope, and see that. Listen, we got to give the smoke to Paul George too. As much as I love Paul George, he was one of my favorite players as far as two-way players and stuff, because I love two-way players. But I gotta give Paul George the smoke too. Hey, it's his mentality too, man. Playoff P, way off P. You gotta be mental. You gotta be mental in this. Yeah, okay. All right, baby. All right, let's talk about your Celtics then, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about that. Hey, you know who it's been, Brown Sugar? I give you 2 words. 2 words. 3 syllables. I'm bringing my English in and all that. Drew Holiday. we can mention the other two words, Jason Tatum and of course Jaylen Brown. But the key has been Drew Holiday, and that's why I don't see the Bucks. The Celtics got the Bucks number. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think the Celtics were. I know they were. I know they were first at one point. They were in the top three in defensive rating. I have to check on offensive efficiency. At one point, I think they were in the top of the league for offensive efficiency. I think they were toggling between them and OKC. Yeah, they. Oh man, the Celtics are going to be a problem. And see, that's what I'm saying. Jason Tatum is really making his case for the MVP right now. Okay, he's been durable. He hasn't, to my recollection, he hasn't missed any games. And he's coming out with a point to prove. Everybody got to realize, man, in his youth, he made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, he came in dunking on Bron. I think we forget about that about Jason Tatum. However, I think what's gotten lost in the shuffle with Jason Tatum is the fact that, you know, he and hey, if it hurts y'all feelings, I'm sorry, but I gotta say this. He was doing a lot of shot jacking the last couple of years. He was very inefficient, and he started becoming more of a volume scorer. And I think he's been working on that in the off season. Yeah, I forgot about Porzingis too. Yeah, he's been healthy. People forget about. Yeah, that's been, and somebody else mentioned that too. I think Jason, somebody else on the Celtics squad has said that he is the key reason why he's one of the key reasons why the Celtics have been doing what they've been doing. You said I'm really excited for some reason for basketball this season. I think it's going to be. I agree with you. You said, do you think Buddy Hield? Yeah, hey, I know Steven. Yeah, man, he's been a good fit so far. I just mentioned that you came in a little late, but I was just saying that I said that Buddy Hield over the last since the trade to us, he's been averaging 24 points per game and shooting like over 40%, which I think it was like 42% or something like that. Somebody could fact check me, but something like that. It needs to be the other way around. And Ted, I'm not trying to think about Embiid playing right now, man. For real, Ted, I don't want Embiid to come back, man. Like, just shut it down for the whole season. All of the brothers in the LDBC, shout out to the Lions Den, basketball and boxing. Look, man. Everybody has said, man, he need to sit his ass down. Brown Sugar even said it. Brown Sugar, go over there, man, and go pull him by his ear. Go pull his big ass by his ear. Climb up on him if you got to, and pull him by his ear, and talk to him in Swahili or whatever he speak, man. Yeah, like 48%. That's even higher. But you see, he was already around that 40 range. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, he's been red hot. We are really listen. We are speeding up our offense, Steven. All my Sixers fans. That's going to be the key for us because if you look at New York, they play fast. Even the Celtics. They kind of got a mixture a little bit, but they, for the most part, they're speeding up their offense. The Bucks, even although they're old, they're trying to play at a fast pace. But the thing about it is they're inefficient, especially when you talk about Dame. Dame has been very inefficient, man. He's been really, really, really inefficient, man. And they're gonna have to fix. They're gonna have to fix that going in, and plus they're gonna have to fix their defense. Um, yeah, Buddy Hill. Yeah, he's been a plus for us. He's been a plus for us. I mean, you know, Kyle Lowry. You know, and Kyle Lowry. You know, people got to forget. People tend to forget that Kyle Lowry got a ring. I mean, it's like it's like the Raptors. Nobody talks about that Raptors championship. They're the most slept on championship. I think out of the Raptors, the Nuggets, and the Milwaukee Bucks championship, well, the second championship for the Bucks, I think they are going to be the most forgotten championships in NBA history. I just think nobody even talked about it. It's shame people don't even treat the Denver Nuggets as if they're the championship. Yeah, but the question is will his body hold up, Ted? I like Kyle Lowry in his younger days. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really like his shot too much. You know what I'm saying? But I like Kyle Lowry because he's a fiery player, and Kyle Lowry is a very slept on leader. But you know, age has gotten to him. Age has gotten to him. But nevertheless, man, hey, y'all check back in with me later, man. Later on, man, I'm gonna go live, and we're gonna talk a little hip hop too, man. We're gonna talk about Crunchy Black, cause Crunchy Black been saying a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, in the interview, man. So I want to hear from y'all with what's going on with with Crunchy Black, cause he's had a lot of stuff to say, and it's I'm pretty sure y'all feedback is gonna be very, very interesting. But like I said, like Brown Sugar said, make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe, and also hit them notifications so that you are notified. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's been in here. Brown Sugar, the Queen, Ted, salute, Alex, Mike. Thank you for pulling up, man. Stephen Green, salute to you. Make sure you go sub to Stephen Green and everybody else that didn't, that's in the bushes or whatnot. Hey, I holler at y'all.